Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey!
Bow, 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 bow. It's another week on the incredible, the Leon and Leon's, the
The
professional
professional
wrestling
wrestling
podcast.
podcast.
All right,
Woo! What a day to
yeah,
be alive, Lawson.
what a day! What a lovely day.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that movie to come out. The sequel, or I guess prequel. I'm hyped for that old man making his movies in the
I
desert.
mean, I am excited about professional wrestling. It's also one of those fake warm days in March where you think you're not
70.
mentally ill anymore.
Yeah. Go outside, it's 69 degrees. Nice.
Nice.
Here in good old Brooklyn. Brooklyn, New York City.
hmm I mean,
uh,
I'm basically in Brooklyn, but
you're in South Queens, right? Ish. East
I mean,
Queens?
I am, if you're looking at the map, I am still in Queens,
Yes.
technically speaking.
Yes. It's what we call technically Queens. The best part of Queens.
Listen, I am pretty close to where Big Bill is from, and
Mm-hmm.
so it is Queens.
You guys go to the same bagel place. Um,
Yo.
well, we are here on the heels of an incredible show. Well, that's
Mm.
actually not true. It was a fun show. They had better
A
shows.
highly anticipated show.
Very
In
newsworthy.
some ways, it turned out to be just a regular day in the AEW factory, but
Yeah.
some very newsworthy situations.
Incredibly newsworthy, as was suspected. The Queen Mercedes Monet.
Woo!
CEO.
I
CEO.
love they didn't waste a second. They're like,
Nope.
everyone knows. I think they realized,
They do the same.
A,
Yeah.
they're in Boston. And those drunk motherfuckers are not gonna wait. They did a crowd pan right at the beginning. I saw two big Irish headed motherfuckers in Celtic jerseys, and they're in the Bruins Stadium. They're like, yeah, we can't make these people wait. They will literally burn this place down.
Yeah.
I do love it opens with her trying to run Renee over with her car.
Her limo, yeah.
And I'm like, let's go.
Just like Stone Cold Steve Austin in 2001, baby. It's Rikishi running over all. No. So yeah. So when that happened, when we opened with Renee and then the limo comes up, door opens, just the low pan. I was like, I thought they were gonna open with it the same way they did with CM Punk. If you remember the Last Dance, they just open and it's just cult of personality right from the jump, right? But I was like, is this motherfucker TK trying to get some ratings? Is he gonna drag this out to the main event segment and not let us like? Is it gonna be like a show long thing where they don't say her name?
It did seem like that for a second.
Yeah, but then yeah, as soon as we hit the arena, it's now her music is not. She doesn't have like a. She hasn't got a new theme, which
I don't love it.
Do you
if
not?
I'm gonna be honest.
I've seen some of these people say this. I really like it, but
I love her. She always looks amazing.
She looks great.
This is no thing. My problem with it is, to me, that classical music
Symphony
is
9.
still associated with Walter so deeply in my mind.
Yeah.
And I understand that it's like a chopped and screwed cover, and I also want her to have like a powerful, bombastic thing, but it's really hard for me to. And, honestly, if you only ever watch AEW, you don't have any context for that, so that's fine.
Yeah.
This is like a totally personal thing for me, where it's just like, it's really hard for me to disassociate that with Walter, even though I don't think he even comes out to that anymore. But like, for me, it's like deeply ingrained.
I think I believe Gunther does, and well, Walter used to come out to just Symphony 9. There was no other bells. It was just the fucking gravitas of that song. And I think Gunther, and again, I could be wrong. We don't watch the thing I'm up, but I think it's like a little bells and whistly, a little W, little whatever sparkles on it.
So it legit confused me when it first started playing, because I was like, oh, I thought Monet was coming out. But of course she shows up. She looks amazing.
Yeah.
She always looks amazing.
Yeah.
Her gear is some of the best in the Western biz.
Shout out to her husband, who's
yo,
man.
Did he come with her? Do you know?
You mean like in terms of having a job? He should. The man's level 99 in gear making. as I said.
And like, some of these people need help. Some of them need help, and I
You know
would
better
like
than me,
him
Katie. Let's drop some names. You know,
Well, I'm just saying. So, like, a general thing that
you've been hard on Kenny. You've been hard on Kenny since he's been.
Well, because I know he can do better.
I mean, we do know he can
like,
do better. When he goes to Japan,
and
he looks great.
In Japan, he looked great. I genuinely think he got depressed moving to the United States and stopped trying, and I don't blame him.
A little postpartum.
But yeah, I just think, like, so a general observation that I'd like to make, and I don't think he'll disagree, and kind of like why it's so cool that she's in the mix, Okada and Will are in the mix. Because for a while, AEW's problem for me, even though I love them, is they were kind of middling in indie territory. And that's no disrespect. I mean, in the sense that they had all these talents that weren't quite ready for television superstardom. They were great for indies.
You're talking about early AEW?
And they did. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think we are finally in a spot where we got in-house talent that is fully formed. I mean, the whole package, promos, looks, performance, and now we have a legit superstar in the women's division, and that is no shade to anyone else in the women's division, because you know I love women's wrestling. But with Britt MIA, Jamie injured, Chris is still kind of boiling up. We don't have anyone that's like the full package of promo, athleticism, looks. And like, she's fully formed. I think like they are really, they're ready to come up to the big show. Listen, baby. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I will never like bow to this idea that WWE is the big leagues versus AEW. But what I will say is Mercedes Moné is somebody who has main evented WrestleMania as a black woman. And this is not like some sort of, I know it's Women's History Month and all that, but I'm not actually playing like a gimmick like I did on the Toriyama show with Katie. But I really mean, that's, I don't think, it's hard to really even overstate how big a deal that kind of is. And it wasn't just her. She also brought Bianca there.
And just to have her be there and put people over. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, obviously she's going to be, like, belted up ASAP. But, like, just in general, just having anyone... You know, it's like how when Takeshita and Will fought, that's the best we've ever seen Takeshita. Like, I think she's going to do that for this women's division.
Yeah.
Like... Just the fact that her showing up made the women's match the main event. Tony!
Kind of tells you everything you need to know, right? Like the fact, the show she was there. And we know, like TK can soak up credit for, but we know Mercedes probably had some input on that, obviously. She knew, part of what makes AEW great, she brought up Willow, which was a thing that didn't happen in AEW. It was a New Japan Strong match. Not even a feud. They had one match. And it was really over if you go back and watch it before her injury. That match was mega over with that crowd. But yes, Katie, what else are you going to bring up?
I'm just, like, super excited she's here. She's a superstar. She looks great.
Yeah.
She's ready to go.
Yeah.
I part of me thought it wasn't going to happen. There was a lot of back and forth there, and I'm a mark. I'm an idiot. But she's here, and I'm really excited. And here's my little, like, fantasy booking. But although some of mine have come true recently, so she's going by the CEO. Yeah. And I don't like Sasha as a face. Sasha, sorry. Mercedes, forgive me. I've been watching my...
We all know. It's fine.
But she's gonna be a face immediately because she's just, everyone's so excited.
Yes.
But I would like, in a month or two, she's literally calling herself the CEO, that she should join up with the Bucks and Okada. They'll be the corporate, and she will fight everybody, you know, because she's the boss, she's the moneymaker. And then eventually the real fantasy booking is that her and Okada do a mixed gender tag For me, Katie Rose Leon.
Okay, I have a couple of teams in mind here for you. Now, I'll just throw these out there.
Yes.
Adam Cole, Britt Baker when Adam Cole is injured and a face. Or, I mean, sorry,
Mm.
healthy and a face. That seems like obvious.
Yes.
That's probably found further down the line. Well, you could do a little more quicker Orange Cassidy, Chris Statlander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would both really thrive in that.
Yeah.
You know, Okada wants to wrestle Orange Cassidy like so bad.
Orange Cassidy, the leader of Chaos. Sound off in the comments. So, they don't have a leader. I don't know.
No, it's Chucky.
Yeah,
It's Chucky. Chucky's
Chucky
the leader
too,
of
baby.
Chaos now.
I see a lot of ballots going out there for Sue being the new leader of Chaos, and
That
I
would
mean-
actually be so funny. So we'll get into it as we go through this card.
yeah.
But my prediction for Okada is coming true. So I would love a situation where Sue comes backstage and slaps Okada and is like,
Flips him
Chaos
off.
is mine now.
Flips him off and slaps him like she's
Yeah.
Inoki. Yeah, before you get to that though, because we do even have more things to talk about with Monet here that I want. So I have
Yes,
my own
yes.
fantasy booking. Oh, sorry. Also, the third mixed tag team I thought of. Think about Athena, Swerve Strickland. How does that sound?
That would be so lit.
Somebody brought up Athena versus Monet, and I'm like, not yet, but eventually.
Not yet. But yeah.
Not yet.
That would be so good.
Athena's cooking in Ring of Honor right now. We're gonna let her cook, but anyway. So Mercedes Moné. The other point I wanted to bring up here. Well, I thought her debut ruled. I actually like her song. I've seen a couple people say they don't like it too much. I keep rewatching the part where.
Hate it enough. Like, you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
me being nitpicky.
No. But I keep watching the part where. So she gets in the ring, her music cuts out, but the crowd is still chanting. So they play the song again, and then she's just doing the CEO dance again, and that ruled. I love that so much. In terms of now, I know it's early. She just got here. Osprey's been here for 3 weeks. Okada's been here for 2 weeks, but I thought it'd be fun just in this moment in time, March of 2024, the day of our Lord. Look over the signings that AEW has gotten. I'm mostly thinking of. I was saying W Town, but I was also including New Japan in this when I was thinking about it. And I mean, we don't have to rank them officially, but just overall, where do we think Mercedes is gonna rank in terms of top signings AEW has gotten? Right now, I have her in my mind at 5th. I would go not in any order, but Bryan Danielson, Punk, Okada, Ospreay, then her, and then probably Samoa Joe, I would say.
It's of an upset though, because I feel like Joe's a working wrestler. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
I think I agree with that breakdown for you, because those were all disruptors.
Yeah.
You
Even
know
with
what I mean?
what happened with Punk and all that bullshit, I would still put him in the
Listen.
top 5 because.
I hate Punk, but I'm not gonna act like that wasn't a huge moment.
Yeah.
Listen, I'd like to remind everyone that we were excited and on board until he gave us a reason not to be.
Completely. Yeah. No, CM Punk has been my favorite wrestler at various points in my adult life, not just when I was a child.
Yeah.
In my adult life, he's been my favorite wrestler at various points. So.
Listen,
I was hyped for him
men
to come back.
don't ever want to see the consequences of their behavior. I don't dislike you for no reason.
Yeah.
I dislike you because you're a little bitch.
And now, I wasn't gonna do this, but you know what? Fuck it, Katie. I am gonna do this. You know what? WWE. You got Cody. That's a good one. He was a good one to get. You got Broken Down Phil. And you got Jade. Fair point. She's also pretty good. But I'm not going to lie. I would rather have Mercedes, Okada, and Ospreay. So, if I'm being for real.
They dropped the ball on Jade, but getting Monet fixes that and more for me. You know what I mean?
Plus, as far as I'm concerned. I think they're both
Yeah.
in the places they should actually be. I think Jade should be in WWE, and I think Monet should be in AEW. Also, shout out to Bailey and Trinity hanging out in the rafters. Apparently,
love that so much.
The ride
I
or
love
dies.
both of them.
Get you some friends like Bailey and Trinity. Also,
I'm so glad Trinity is back. I love her, and I thought she was done dirty the first time around.
Yeah, hopefully they treat her better this time. But Hunter
God,
probably
she's-
will. I get if he's in charge, we'll see. That company's a real mess right now, and we're not gonna get into that. But what I will say is that I do hope Bailey also comes to AEW. I do. I want Bailey to come. So.
Woo! I mean, I don't think she will because she's like entrenched in such a crazy storyline right now. But
Right now she is, yeah. That's true. I mean, she is.
we'll see.
I'm not gonna sit there and say WWE's not. They're not using Bailey enough because they clearly are. She's a main character over there. I'm just saying. Still wish she'd come to AEW anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Katie. What was that all the Monet stuff we had there, or
Yeah, just we love her. She's amazing.
Yeah.
I look forward to all her wigs.
Oh,
one of my favorite moments of all time is when she came back in WWE and she tore off her wig to show that her hair was now blue. That was a time in history that everyone became gay for a moment, and I love that for all of us.
Even straight men were like, you know what?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're popping for a wig, or a weave, in that moment, you're one of us.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Sorry,
that's good for you.
I had one last fantasy book in here, and this is mostly to pop Kate. Well, not really. This isn't just for Kate. This is for me also. Wembley Stadium, Mercedes Moné, Jamie Hayter. Just think about that. Just think about it and let it simmer. Let it simmer. Just let it simmer in your mind. I love it. In the back of your mind where you keep all your weird thoughts about, like knocking over tray tables and catering. Katie, do
you want to actually talk about Willow Rio?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that leads right into the main event. Yeah, sure. So, it was a very good match, very good main event. And Willow wins as we all suspected. She's going after Julia. So.
There was one move she did that she came off so strong. I mean, she always comes up strong, but I was just like, damn, that must have hurt. Where like that one near the end where she like does both knees into Rio and drops her to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And also, it's a big deal for her to win over Rio because she was a former champ, and I love that. And I want to say, so at the end of this match, Willow wins. She hugs Rio because she's like, I'm the goodest girl on earth. Yeah. And then Julia comes to hit her with the belt and be evil.
The witches.
While Sky Blue, dressed up as the Dark Lady, fucks her up. And I want to say, I think there's something about Monet's present that is just making everyone kick it up a notch, because this is no slight to Julia Hart so far, but this was like the first time I saw her actually be like the character she's supposed to be, which is like, she was like, it was the first time I believed her fully like being evil. Like, right. You know what I mean? Like she was like really acting the sell of like coming in there to fuck her up as like, a California Satanist lady. And I was just like, great. I love this for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, the way that I see it, Willow is going to beat Julia, I think on TV. No offense. I know I'm not, listen, Julia, she's 20 years old. This is her first title run.
She'll be fine.
She's also hurt. It's fine. She'll win this title a dozen more times if she stays in AEW. And stays healthy. So
yeah,
we belt up Willow. We do Monet Willow at Dynasty. That seems to be the direction.
And they already have a plot line. You know what I mean? That's easy.
Easy peasy. Yeah. The other way this could go, and I wouldn't do this, but you could have Willow lose to Julia because of whatever, and then you could do Monet and Julia at Dynasty. I wouldn't hate it, but I just feel like I think the Willow match is a better match to go with. I think right now.
I agree. Yeah.
So
yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, we'll see. That's all I had to say about that, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have the Elite. Sorry, brain not on. Versus Eddie, Pac, and Penta. Woo.
Oh man.
Woo. What a crew this is. All of them together. We got the Bucks, we got Okada, and then we got these freaks that is so funny to me that whenever they put them all together, in what world
Yeah.
other than wrestling would these men ever be?
Picture the three of them getting shawarma like at the end of the Avengers. That's what I like to think of. Hey, you want to go get shawarma? The three of them. Pac, Penta. Penta's got the mask on still, obviously.
Yeah.
And, I was watching this match and I was thinking, is Pac the greatest wrestler alive? And that's crazy because Okada was in this match. But I'm watching this match.
I'm saying.
Yes.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Listen, we got Danielson, we got Okada, we got Will.
Yeah.
We forgot about Pat because he was God knows where. But I'm like, he's one of these guys. He should be in the conversation.
He really should.
Listen, it's not his fault. It's like you have Metallica, Megadeth, and then there's Anthrax sometimes. And you know what I mean? Like, he just needs to, like, get in the conversation.
I think in any other company, he'd be easily the best wrestler in that company. I mean, maybe, like, Gunther's in WWE, so, like, it'd be him and Gunther probably. But, like, in, like, most... I'm watching Pac wrestle this match. And, again, we'll get to the other 5 top-tier guys that are in this fucking thing. But I'm watching Pac, he tags in... He just does all this offense, and it's crisp, and it's perfectly timed, and the man is not breathing even a little bit harder. I'm currently breathing harder than he did for this entire match.
That he seemingly was nowhere.
Yeah.
And I've never seen him out of shape, like, ever.
No.
He's known for being the most kayfabe motherfucker on the planet. Like, you can't go up to him in an airport because he'll, like, stonewall you.
Yeah.
Like, I just am so impressed at what a stone cold psycho he is.
Yeah. I truly love it.
He's so talented.
He's really... He doesn't get enough credit for being old school in that way, I feel like. Because he's very new school style with his high flying and stuff, but...
But, like, in this era, social media, it's, like, near impossible, and he's like, no.
Yeah. No, that's a man who will never know. We'll never know a single thing about what that man actually thinks about anything, I feel like. But goddamn can he wrestle. And Okada's, like, in there... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Katie.
I weirdly feel like Nigel might have the tea, because Nigel's also just, like, a colossal carny, so, like...
No, he might. I could see that for sure. Okada, obviously, is a fucking one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, so he's in there just wrestling smooth, like he always does. And he's in there full of heart, fighting Okada, the man who may have surpassed all of Eddie's legends that he loves. I said that watching this. I was like, that's really what this is. It's like, Eddie worshipped these guys, and Okada maybe surpassed them. And now Eddie's got to fight that guy.
Yeah.
So... And then the Bucks are, the Bucks, and Penta's... It's weird because I love Penta, and, like, in Lucha Underground, remember he was, like, the biggest star in Lucha Underground, in, like, seasons 2 through 4, and he's, like, the 6th guy
older
here.
Now.
Yeah,
I know.
He's, like, the 6th guy here, but...
I appreciate that he knows exactly who he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's
so
happy
great.
to be the 6th. He's happy to be the 6th guy here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
Can we talk about the promo with the Bucks and Okada coming down the stairs? This, for me, was the highlight of my life because it exemplifies what I have theorized all along, which is Okada has come to America to do wacky wrestling bullshit. And what I mean by that is, so what happens is the Bucks come down the stairs, Matt's wearing a crazy suit that doesn't fit him, and, they're doing that shtick where Nick is like, call him by his full name. It's Kazuko Okada. Blah, blah, blah. And then Matt's like, oh, yeah, good to see you. We'll see you at the corporate meeting.
Yeah.
And then they go, it's Matt's birthday. And then Okada says, he's been practicing his English. It made my heart score 3 sizes bigger. He, first of all, tells Eddie, Penta, and Pac to go fuck themselves. And then he goes, it's Matt's birthday. Tell him happy birthday. And the guy goes, "Happy birthday, Matthew." And he goes, "No, sing him happy birthday." And I was like, let's go. And
Yeah.
he's just doing that Scooby-Doo face that he does. Because Okada does a really good, like, aloof, cold stare.
Yeah.
Because it's a little goofy, but you buy it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
totally.
so him as, like, their heavy works so well. And I love that they're having him do stupid shit like this. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is my dream. This is his dream come true. Like, let's go.
I mean, I've watched the Bucks flank a lot of superstars. Adam Cole, AJ Styles, Kenny Omega, even Hangman.
Yeah.
This might be the best one to this date. Because, like, Okada, their dynamic is, like, it's unique than all the other ones. And it's like, there's something about it that's, like, really pitch perfect. It's, like, hard to really explain. Their relationship is just so
it's like
personal.
I said, you know, when he did, yeah, because they were actually friends.
Yeah.
And it's like that thing when he did Battle Mode Okada when he lost the belt and dyed his hair red. Like,
Yeah.
he loves playing this kind of part. Like, I think he genuinely is tickled by it.
Yes.
So I think, like, he's really happy to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. And now, so we're getting, by the way, just because Tony Khan is a savage, we're getting Eddie versus Okada next week in Toronto on free television for the Continental title.
Crazy. Because I saw that and I was like, is Eddie just sick of having 3 belts? Is that what this is? Because he can't.
Hey, Tony, I'll drop the
win.
one of these next week. I'm walking out with 3 belts over here. I can't. I just have 3 belts every week, Tony.
Does his back hurt? Like, I mean, I'm sure some shit will happen, but I'm just, like, confused a little bit, but also, okay.
I mean every week I see Eddie come out with the 3 belts, my heart, like, grows another half size. Like, just every time he comes out with the 3 belts. But, yeah, I think, you know, TV's still the most important thing for AEW, so we're gonna get cool shit like this. But also, I don't know if Okada's going for the other 2 parts of the Triple Crown. Is this Continental Crown going to be its own thing now, just with Okada? That's what I think is going to happen, but I guess we'll see what happens. Because Okada's definitely winning that, obviously. He's going to win the Continental Crown.
I just don't see any other way.
Yeah. So then Eddie just going to have the other 2 belts, walking around with those? I guess we'll see. Speaking of which, new fantasy booking. Let this simmer in the back of your mind. Continental Champion Kazuchika Okada defends his title in Wembley against Kenny Omega.
I mean, I love it. I hope Kenny can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm booking injured people, I realize, for Wembley, but listen. Let me dream.
I'm very pro Kenny. I miss him. I love him.
Yeah.
I want him to be well.
Yeah. Apparently,
and now that Japanese wrestler's there, maybe he'll be embarrassed and he'll like step it up
for his gear. I think I'm worried that
at least he'll get his hair done. You know.
I think Okada being there will motivate him. I do think he's definitely sad about Ibushi, though.
We're all sad about Ibushi.
As we all are. Yeah.
It's always sad when you have that friend who used to be the track star and you're like, oh, Kevin, he's got to go to rehab.
Yeah, he broke both his ankles the last time he ran a race. Oh, shit.
You wrote here, Adam Copeland versus Christian in Toronto next week.
Yeah, because since piggybacking off the Okada Eddie Kingston match next week. That's right, you're also getting the main event, Toronto, of Edge versus Christian. I mean, Adam Copeland. Part 3.
I mean, it'll be a good match, and they'll be in Canada, so everyone will be lit.
I think it's the first AEW I Quit match also, so we'll see how AEW does it.
Oh, right, it's an I Quit match.
Yeah.
Maybe, okay. Here's a theory.
Yeah?
This might be totally out of pocket. What if Adam loses, but then comes back as a rebranded dude? Like, as a different guy.
Like as Edge, but not Edge.
Well, yeah,
yeah,
like he just renames himself
the
because, like, you
Midnight
know how we
Rider.
keep being like, oh, he needs like a different gimmick or whatever.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I
I don't
mean,
know. I don't think that's what's gonna
no,
happen,
I
but
think
that
he's
would
just
be
gonna win
cool.
probably, but I hear you there. Yeah, Adam. Well, Adam Copeland in AEW. We agree that Christian has been great in AEW, and Adam Copeland has been fine. Um, I guess if we'll see what happens. I assume he's gonna win the title, and I guess we'll see. But I don't really have any other thoughts about that. Just more of a reminder that that's happening on Toronto.
Uh, and then we have Samoa Joe chokes out Wardlow.
I wrote in parentheses, thank God, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I mean, in what world? Joe's got to hold on to that belt right now.
I want to be completely honest with you. I was watching this with the homies, and nature called, and then I return. The match is over, and my one friend goes, "Yeah, Powerbomb Symphony 1, 2, 3." I'm like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "Yeah, no, Wardlow's the new champion." I'm like, "There's no fucking way." And then my other friend, who also had to step away, was like, "Wait, really?" And then he's like, "No, no, no, I was just trolling Lawson."
No.
Yeah, he choked him out.
It's nothing to write home about. It's exactly what you think happened. And,
yeah,
you know.
I see some people online, and it's mostly bad faith people, I think, but are like, they're burying Wardlow again. Oh no, it's fine, bro. It's fine. It's Wardlow. If he gets over again, he'll get over again. This is what this is.
I mean, when he disappeared for like whatever X months, that's what buried him. He was so over, and then he just was nowhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened, but like that's what did it, bro.
Yeah, they're gonna do a story with him and Adam Cole at some point, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Much. Yeah.
And then Swerve.
Swerve came out with a chain on his fist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. He's clearly a babyface now. There's no.
Yeah.
He's a babyface. You're not excited, Katie.
I hate it.
This is exactly what I wrote. So Katie's not excited about babyface Swerve. He still is retaining his edge, though. I don't mean Adam Copeland sort of way.
I like Swerve. He's a good wrestler, and he's fun.
Yeah.
But I liked him when he was like
bad,
chaotic evil. Like he wasn't just a bad guy. He was doing shit no one else was doing. He was going to your house. He was,
breaking Billy Gunn's fingers.
I wanted that shit more. I wanted unpredictable. I wanted him to hide in a locker with a baseball bat. You know what I mean? Like that's what I want from Swerve.
Yeah.
But I get it. He's too over. Like he simply can't be a heel right now because people are too into him. And I can't be mad about that. He earned it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and be bitter about that, especially because I do love unhinged, bad Adam Page. So, fine.
Yeah.
Do I like it? Do I think it's like a good fit for him? No. Do I think it's gonna all add up to something cool? Probably. You know, I'm not like stewing about it. It's just like, you know, when Jay White pretends to be nice, you're just like, I don't buy that.
I left that out of the notes as well, But yeah, so it was actually a major thing. Jay White and Darby had a very good singles match where Darby killed himself, Blade Runner 1, 2, 3. But the post match angle where the Scissor Bang Gang imploded, they split back into their
which
original
like
factions.
that had to happen.
Yeah, it was too crowded.
I was kind of wondering for a second there if they were gonna make Jay on his own and have the boys leave with their real dad, but no, they just love being sweaty little dudes too much.
They turned on their dad again. They've turned on their dad twice. It's kind of.
Do you know where Juice is? Is he just like fucked up right now?
Back injury.
Oh shit, that sucks.
He apparently had to get surgery. That's why he's been out for so long.
Oh shit, that really sucks. Yeah. Juice, I love you, man.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers.
We're
little honeycomb monster. We love you.
Listen, every good group needs a good mid Carter, and Juice is that mid Carter for the Bang Bang Gang, and we salute you.
You know, yeah.
I hope he gets better.
Osprey.
You know what? Yeah, let's get into this, man. So this man comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, go ahead.
No, you go first.
Okay, so yeah, because he comes out, he's mega over. He's over as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
My one friend thought he got a bigger pop than Monet. Having watched it back, I don't think he did. But the fact that it's even comparable speaks volumes. Okay, so he comes out, does the big chant, his big entrance. This entrance he has down. He has his entrance down pat. And he cuts his promo. Now, though, here's the thing I want to talk about, because Hannah brought this up when we did the thing. A lot of people don't like the way Ospreay promos, but a lot of people do, and I feel like this is gonna be a point of contention for his whole run here.
He's so much better than he used to be.
I agree. Yeah, I actually think he's quite good, is the thing. But I know a lot of people despise the way he talks.
What is the dissent against it? Like, what is the complaint?
I mean, I think it's kind of that they think. I mean, I guess we could ask people. Next time Hannah's on, we could ask her.
Do that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll ask your friends.
Yeah.
I'll ask people we like.
No, not like internet people. I mean, like friends of mine. I think he's very British. Very British. Very boisterous.
Maybe that's...
Very
boisterous.
I
like that.
See, me too. Me too.
Because the whole thing is, he's not... There's different types of British people, and he's a lad.
Yeah, he's a lad. Yeah.
And he's doing lad promos.
Yes.
He's a fucking hooligan.
He's a bruv.
You know what I mean?
He's a bruv.
He's a bruv.
Yeah.
And I think maybe they just don't like that energy, which is fair, because the American version of that is kind of a frat boy.
Matt Riddle.
No, a little more working class.
Yeah.
But so I understand.
He's from Essex, bruv. He ain't posh.
He's from Essex?
He's from Essex,
Next
mate.
way, Essex, bruv. I like it, but I like boisterous, kind of tracksuit adjacent British people.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of Guy Ritchie movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like...
And he comes out with his big face and his big smile, and he's very expressive, very physically all over the place and all that. And he's a lot. He's but conveying also, big room energy, you know?
But these people, do they not like old Macho Man promos? Because, it's kind of what he's doing, is in terms of, size.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's the pitch. It's not always the size. It's more about the pitch and the tone, right? It's like...
Oh, so they just don't like his voice.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
It's okay. I mean, that's legit. If you don't like his voice, you don't like his voice, but I think I like that. Because I've always liked British wrestlers, is the thing. Yeah. I was an early adapter on the UK scene, so take that with a grain of salt, I guess. You know?
Yeah, I don't mean to call out. I'm our friend.
No,
Hannah, she brought it up, and another friend of mine also said they didn't like the way he promos. So.
I'm just genuinely curious. I'm not combative about it.
No,
I just
same.
I just like to hear the reasoning why, because it's for me, I think he's gotten really good, but I'm not like, how dare you?
No,
I'm
no,
just
not
interested. I'm interested. I went to art school. I love constructive criticism.
Yeah. No, I completely agree I'm mostly bringing this up because I think this is not just like a...
But he's always been a polarizing wrestler, right? Because a lot of people don't like flips.
Right.
They think that's showy and not real.
Compared to other people. But yeah.
I know, especially since he became a heavyweight.
Yeah.
But people are weird about shit. They're
Some
that's
people...
not wrestling. And I'm like, okay, bitch, you go do a flip off the top rope. Oh, okay, get back to me.
A lot of the critiques of Will are people who think he just does too much too fast and doesn't let moves sink in or whatever. And I just don't agree with any of that. I live in 2024. Where I don't want people to put in a hold for 5 minutes or whatever. And so that
has a time and a place. But
it does.
You're mad. Are you mad about fun? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, it's like, I mean,
oh, you don't want things to be enjoyable?
he's a high octane wrestler, and
Yeah,
I
that's why
don't,
he's
even if
here.
it's not your preferred style, I don't know why you wouldn't at least think there's a place for that. Like, there's at least a place for this. You know, we could have the more methodical folks as well. Jay White, maybe Jay White's your cup of tea. You know, he's more methodical. He doesn't fucking but anyway, so I'm only bringing this up because I am predicting this is not just like my circle of wrestling friends. I think this is going to be
I'm sure
a global thing with him. Half the audience
also,
is going to not like the way he promos, and the other half is going to be like, we love it though.
But there's always been like a lifetime of Will haters. It's just how it is.
That's true. Yeah.
Kyle O'Reilly.
Man.
First
He's looking
of all,
better.
He was wearing a wrinkled white T-shirt.
His eyes,
Lawson.
though, but his face looked better. his face looked better.
I actually,
he's still dressed down, but
he said something in this promo about how he was out for a while and like he could barely pick up his daughter, and he was talking about an arm injury. But I almost wonder if like he was like sick or something, which makes me feel bad. More
probably.
I feel bad for. I feel bad for ragging on his appearance because I'm like, maybe he like has like a legit illness or something. Well, it's like I used to shit on Pete Davidson. I'm like, man, that guy looks like a ghoul, and they're like, oh yeah, he has like a blood disorder or something. I was like, oh.
But some people find that part of Pete Davidson's charm anyway, you know. So it's like whatever. I'm saying some people. I'm like, but anyway, a man's very popular. With Kyle O'Reilly, I do think his presentation has been on purpose. With the whole dress down thing and the looking like he hadn't slept.
Listen, I love Kyle. It's almost fun. It's like funny to me. I'm this man's on television in a wrinkled white T-shirt.
Oh yeah, no, it's not even like the Bucks aren't like showing up and like yelling at him about. I think it like is a very purposeful like. I think he's doing this on purpose. I don't think, like I said, he has real friends there, so it's not like his real friends are just letting him do this without letting him know that he looks like shit. I think he's like purposely like. Dressed down and looks all kind of like, because he even said like I don't even know if I can go anymore. I don't know if I can hang. It's like that's kind of part of his story,
right? And so Roddy and boys are like, we understand if you don't want to directly join us. We'll just give you a thumbs up.
And I immediately said they're lying. They're gonna kill him.
I think they're gonna kill him because Roddy's thing is obsession. So I wonder if they're going to interfere on his behalf.
That might happen.
Then he'll like get annoyed about it.
Yeah.
Or maybe him and Roddy get together and then they turn on the kingdom. But I don't see that happening.
That'd be a swerve. Yet. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think you're right on about Roddy's character being obsessive. Like that's kind of his whole deal, right? So you're probably right. They're probably going to try to come out and help him. And Kyle's going to be like, hey, I told you I want to do this on my own. He's going to be like, but Kyle! And he's going to yell his name and then say, Kyle! I'm your buddy. We're just trying to make sure you're okay. And then, yeah. They're going to gaslight him. And it'll be fun. This could be fun. You know how big of a fan I am of Kyle O'Reilly. If you haven't heard me talk about him before, I think he's the best member of Undisputed Era. That's how highly I think of him.
Close. You know, because I believe in you. I just want you to look nice for the nice people.
I think he's gonna like come back over time. I hope that's what I hope is happening. So
he just reminds me of like baseball players, like when they're like walking to practice, and you're like, you need a woman to help you get dressed in the morning. It's okay.
Yeah, I've been that guy, Katie.
It's okay.
I've been that baseball player.
Yeah.
Walking to practice,
I follow the Mets
uniform.
social.
Yeah,
I follow the Mets social media, and they'll do like little like things where they're all walking into practice, and it's like, of course, like Francisco Lindor always looks like he's like put together by a stylist, and then the rest of them are like confused at best.
Just a bunch of straight men with uneven clothes.
Although there's a couple new guys signed this year that kind of are trying to like be hype beasts. We'll see, but most of them are just like, they're like, I don't know how clothes work or fit. I'm like, I don't care. Just hit those balls. I have low expectations this year, so let's just have fun.
Yeah,
We're
let's
not
just go
gonna
out
win.
there. Let's just go out there and yeah.
let's just eat some hot dogs and have a nice afternoon.
Yeah.
And then we got Deanna Purrazzo's partner, Britt Baker, perhaps.
I assume that's my assumption.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
Okay.
called out Tony Storm and Mariah May. So yeah, I really I realized I miss Britt Baker. That might not be a popular
Yeah.
stance, but I miss her.
She's a ring general. They need her.
Yeah, she can talk.
But I also respect why she took time off.
Yeah.
She was like carrying the division on her shoulders for like 3 years or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's the package. They need her. I love Mariah May's single white female thing she's been doing. It's so fucking unhinged.
Yeah. Yeah, she's great. I man, so do you think they're gonna do a Tony Storm Mariah May feud?
I mean, it's definitely gonna. What's gonna happen at some point? Mariah May's like, "I am Tony Storm, darling. Like,
shit.
They love me. I'm bigger as you than you were ever as yourself."
Oh,
and then
fuck.
that's
okay.
That's.
I didn't even think about that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Well, because. Right, RJ City's clearly writing this, and RJ City steals all his ideas from gay men and Jews, and I am both those things, depending on how you look at it. So I know how this is working. I watch soap operas and old Hollywood movies. I know what he's doing.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's I kind of can't wait because I am a big fan of Mariah May. As we are on the show, so yeah.
I would like to just table a piece of unrelated news before we close out.
Yeah.
Miro is getting divorced.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
After years of my wife is cucking me plot lines, one too far, and now it's for real, and they're getting divorced.
Yeah, apparently they're still friends and open to working with each other, what I heard. But
and I love that, and I wish the best for both of them. But bro, you made us watch your weird sex game for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just had to bring it up.
Yeah, no, that's honestly I'm glad you brought that up because yeah, as I was thinking of all the best signings AEW had, my friend Josh, who's the son of a bitch, goes, like Andrade? And I'm like, yo, go fuck yourself. Him and Malachi, bottom tier. But Miro, I put Miro in the middle because he had that really good TV title run. Even though he's been fucking around since then.
Large potential.
Yes.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Miro, man, what the fuck? What are you gonna do with this guy? I don't know.
Hey.
Yeah, was that everything on the docket? That was all the things.
Feels good, man.
Yeah, feels good. Patreon.com/Happy Wrestling.
Happy Wrestling.
We got 12 rounds 3 lockdown, and going up this week, Dolph Ziggler's countdown. That's right.
Yes.
Along with a couple of more AMVs.
The Dolph Ziggler one did something to my brain. It hurt my feelings.
Yeah. And next on the docket, we're doing Chaperone, which as of this episode's playing, I've already seen this film, and boy, oh man, you're gonna want to listen to us talk about the Chaperone and how Triple H knows about dinosaurs.
Great.
Dinosaur expert Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
That man's never read a book. I know that was originally his shtick, that he was like a fancy boy, but like...
Yeah, the blue blood, but yeah. No, I mean,
okay.
Yeah. Is it a book about how many injections he needs? Anyway, that's gonna... Anything else, Kenny, or...
Nah, that's
All right.
I'm fine.
That's gonna do it for us here at the whatever the fuck, and we'll see you next time. Until then, happy wrestling.
Happy wrestling.
Adios, a little more de dinero.